So I just got a call from a buddy of mine who runs a little YouTube channel as well, and I'll put the link to that channel down below. But he is bringing my cooler back, and he goes, Dave, he goes, get your camera ready, get the GoPro ready, I've got something to show you. Off in the distance, you hear that? That's a buddy of mine coming over to show me his latest project. Nothing like the peaceful quiet of a fall day, hanging outside, enjoying the nice cool breeze. And then we have this. I got my cooler back. There's the business end. All I can say is wow. David, Jordan.
Hello.
Say hello to my gang.
Hello, RV Wagon Tails.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I mean, I've been following your videos and been looking forward to this. Okay.
So on the way here, through some spirited driving, I blew this charge pipe. So, actually, Dave, do you have a 12mm deep well?
Yeah, I should. Yeah, hang on.
Yeah. So every time I get a little spirited, these boots blow. They're made in China, of course, and like everything else from China, it's not quite as powerful as the news tells you.
Exactly.
So
the boot just slipped off.
Yeah, nothing's actually broken. It just honestly, what I need to do is add a second blow-off valve here. Because what happens when you let off the throttle, this blade and the throttle body slams shut. Oh look, that's loose. You just find problems. We're working through bugs here, folks.
Well, that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah. So this slams shut, and then all that pressure's still built in the front here. This is supposed to let it out, but I believe I need a second one because there's so much boost.
So this has been about a year-long project?
Yeah. About two weeks ago was the 1-year anniversary of the day I assembled the engine.
Okay, wow.
And then, you know, it took a long time. There's a lot to it. I had the body off the frame. I had to box the frame. You know, just really the only thing that's factory here. Yeah, old MeeMaw. The only thing that's factory is the lower control arms and the steering box.
Right.
Everything else has been wildly customized.
Well, I have been waiting for this for a long time.
Yes, sir.
I mentioned in one of my videos that I want to kind of hook up with another video YouTuber, and so here we are.
Unfortunately, due to supply chain issues, every time I have an issue, because you know, I built this car from scratch. Every time something doesn't work, I have to order parts, and then it takes 2 weeks for parts to come in.
Right.
And then something else breaks, and it takes 2 more weeks. So I got this car running in May. It is now October, and we are just now having the conversation about going for a spin.
Going for a spin. All right, Dave. So tell us a little bit about the project.
Well, we got our boot fixed, of course.
Yep.
So we can haul some beans now. This car, it's called MeeMaw because my grandmother had a car exactly like this when I was younger. And when I turned 16, she got a new car, and I got the old Cutlass, the 4-door Cutlass. I did not call my grandma MeeMaw, but I thought MeeMaw was a funny name for a, you know. So anywho, this is MeeMaw. Welcome. It is running a Turbo LS, 78mm turbo. Everything is Holley, top of the line. I cut no corners on this build, and
it's quite impressive.
It was absurd. But I've not had it on the dyno yet, but as we'll see here shortly, it's doing just fine.
I'm kind of looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this for about a year now.
Yeah. So you know, an engine's an engine. If you're not into cars, none of this means anything to you. If you are into cars, one thing that's very unique about this particular build, if you look down here, what the heck is this thing? where you would expect to have a water pump. That's just a manifold that goes into this electric water pump down here that moves all the water around. And again, if you don't know anything about cars, that's not going to mean anything to you. But what's really cool, if you come inside here,
the whole thing's cool to me. All right.
So you have to forgive me, I had a wiring issue, so I had to tear the dash apart. I haven't put it back together yet. But, you know, I built this to be a drag car, so the reason I have an electric water pump is after you run a quarter mile on the drag strip, your engine is hot. And you really want to let the motor cool down. And if you just shut the motor off, you might have electric fans cooling what's in the radiator,
but not the engine itself.
But the engine is just sitting there baking with hot water.
Right.
So now I can just go electric water pump. So right now the car is off and the coolant is circulating through the motor.
So even though there's no fan going through the, no air going through the radiator, it's still just moving that.
Yep.
It's not cooking that water.
But if it's super hot,
oh, nice.
now there's fan running through the radiator. I will explain this switch when we get in the car to go for a ride.
Oh, this makes me a little nervous.
That was
not the third switch.
Throw the third switch! Not the third switch. Throw it at Kay! Throw it!
Yes. that was my grandmother's name.
Oh, okay.
So when I started this build, October 30th of last year, I pushed this car into the garage to start building it. I bought the car 3 years ago. My grandma was aware of it. She knew I was going to build a race car out of it. And, you know, she wanted to go for a ride in it when I finished it. Unfortunately, and unexpectedly, she passed away 8 days after I pushed the car into the garage.
Oh.
So
Well.
she won't get to go for a ride, but when I'm through testing and I'm confident it can make the trip, which I'm pretty close, we're gonna go to her gravesite and lay down the biggest black mark she's ever seen, just to give her a show. So,
well, there you go.
But I'll turn these off, serve some battery.
Yep.
But yeah, let's fire
All right.
this bad boy. This bad
do
girl
this.
up. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Your life insurance is paid up, right?
Who needs insurance? There's no risk.
I've never been insured in my life. I don't believe in insurance. There's no risk.
There's no risk.
Oh. There's no kids.
Yeah. It's okay. I put a lot of money into the motor, but I've also got a lot of money in my Willwood brakes, so we'll stop just as fast as we go.
Oh my gosh. Well, this is definitely a treat. And these guys will love it because they're mechanics.
I bet.
Yeah.
So here we go.
All right.
This, remember the Retha button? The
Yep.
Retha switch? This red button on my shifter here.
Okay. Got it. That is without a doubt the fastest car I've ever been in. Oh my gosh.
It's a four-door.
Wow.
It's a four-door 85 Cutlass.
Yeah.
It's faster than anything you can buy on a lot.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll turn off Retha mode. We don't need
Now
that.
tell me what Retha mode does.
Alright, so Retha mode does two things. The first thing is this button.
Okay.
That's the trans brake.
Okay.
So what that does is it puts the transmission in a peculiar situation. This is a Turbo 400 automatic transmission.
Okay.
hold that button with Retha mode engaged, the transmission accepts input, but it holds out on the output.
Gotcha.
So when I let go of that button, it's like dumping the clutch
Right.
in manual.
Wow.
And so the way I have, this is a Holly EFI computer. You see it down in the floor.
Yeah.
This is very customizable, highly programmable. So when we're just driving around, like right now, my red line is like 7,500 RPM.
Okay.
When I push that button, my foot was to the floor when we did that earlier. The computer said, uh-oh, Retha mode, trans brake, and the red line is 3,200. So what that does is allows my torque converter to fully engage, because it is a stall converter.
Right. That's why I asked if it is like a stall converter.
Yep.
So,
Yep. So when I let go of that button, 100% of the power dumps to the rear wheels, and I hope it came in through on the mic, because we totally peeled out, but we got enough traction to really take off.
Oh yeah, quick. No, I think when you hit second gear or whatever you were shifting, yeah, I could feel it. I could feel it in my chest.
And it just doesn't stop. As long as I'm giving it gas, it just keeps flying. The other thing Retha mode does, let me get in the third so it's not so loud. All right, the other thing Retha mode does is it sends a signal to this button right here. With that switch disabled, this button does nothing.
Okay. When
this switch is enabled, it doubles the amount of boost that the turbo can put into the engine, which effectively adds 300 to 400 horsepower.
Oh my goodness. Watch for cops up here.
Yeah. So, your viewers who are familiar with race car stuff, this is what's called a boost scramble.
Okay.
So, if I'm in the middle of a race and the default amount of boost is not enough, I can push this button and the computer will say, okay, give us more. And as long as I'm holding down this button, the turbo will put more boost in the engine. So while I'm holding this button at full throttle, this car is about 1,000 horsepower.
Oh my gosh. That's more than like the Demons.
That's more than a Demon.
Yeah.
So that's why I built this car. The only goal when I started was to be faster than a Hellcat.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of building planning the car, the Demon came out.
Right.
Well, I couldn't have that. So we're faster than the Demon too.
Wow. That was truly amazing. That was a lot of fun.
It's like nothing else.
Yeah.
I've driven fast cars. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my God, that was fun.
But, you know, the amount of money I have in this build is less than it would cost to buy a Mustang.
Sure. Well, you got it all in the engine.
It is all.
Engine, transmission.
You can see the.
Yeah, I noticed your headliner.
Everything else about the car is as original and old and crappy as I can make it, because I want people to.
It's a sleeper.
Yeah, it's a sleeper. I want people to catch. You know, I want to get them.
Yeah.
So I dangle the bait out there, and they probably think it's just some old junker with the exhaust cut off.
Right. That is some fast shifting. There is no hesitation.
It shifts immediately.
Wow. And I can hear you from my house when you were down this road.
That's great. I feel bad for my neighbors.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see, can you hold this briefly?
I guess.
Well, I mentioned earlier there's a wiring issue. This particular wire is the neutral safety switch. I drove the car to the bank, went inside, came out, it would do this. So I tore the dash apart and found that. So if I hold it to this bolt and then turn the key, whoops.
I'll be grinning all day.
Let me get this on and I'll take it.
All right. Safety belt.
Yeah, safety first.
Well, if it was truly safety first, I probably wouldn't be in here.
That's your safety third.
All right, there we go. Oh my gosh.
Where'd my speedometer go?
I was gonna say, I thought I saw the speedometer earlier, but it's not working. There it goes. Takes a little time to warm up.
Well, there's a little box underneath here that, oh, you know what, it's probably this. It reads this GPS antenna, and then the little box converts that. This is a mechanical speedometer.
Oh.
So it spins the cable and then drives the speedo. So when I built the car, I wanted it to look as factory as possible. Now I'm at a point where I just want it to be as fast as possible. So I probably won't use that box forever. But for now, I've got the original 85-mile-an-hour speedo that we burned through before we shift into third gear, so.
True. I looked over earlier, and as soon as we did the burnout, I looked over there, and I felt like it was safe to take my eyes off the road. It said 70. It's like, I'm impressed.
Yeah, you need to get somewhere quick and in a hurry, you give MeeMaw a call.
That's right. Just
Get a close up of those wheelwood brakes in there.
what's the whirring going on?
Oh, it's the fans.
Oh, okay. I can't tell you how much fun that was. I mean, it's not the miles per gallon, it's the smiles per gallon.
Miles per gallon.
Yeah, those are some serious brakes.
Yes. Yeah, I put.
What a sleeper. I mean, seriously. Just like, oh my gosh. Well, that was that was a lot of fun, man.
It was a long time coming. Glad we finally got it done.
Wow. I mean, what a ride. I hope the expression on my face is like priceless.
Yeah, I'll send you the footage from my GoPro. We'll see how.
Oh, okay.
How it turned
all right.
out, yeah. But,
well, hey, I appreciate David. He runs a channel called Better Beaters, and so check it out. And we'll put a link down in our description.
come on over.
Yeah, check it out, guys. We'll talk to y'all later.
See ya.
Bye. See you, Dave. Subscribe. Save yourself. Ring the bell. Ring that bell.